We may any day now, any minute now, have the comprehensively inept, bumbling giggler-in-chief Kamala Harris installed as the leader of the free world and the Democrats' 2024 presidential candidate. No elections, no primaries, nothing. Isn't it funny how the side that bleats endlessly about threats to democracy is the biggest threat to democracy? It's always about projection with these folks. For whatever you may think of the cognitively impaired Joe Biden, he has won the delegates necessary for renomination. They had primaries, Joe won them. In any sort of democracy, that matters for something, but not anymore. And it's not because they suddenly discovered Joe was mentally unfit for office. It's because he is floundering in the polls. Even before the debate, he was in peril. But after his cognitive decline was laid bare, the vultures have come out. And it's the wildly unpopular and incompetent Kamala Harris who is right now seen as their best chance. Yes, this woman.
We all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But just limit it to what we have seen.
When looking at Kamala Harris, it's easy to be distracted by the ineptitude, the cackling idiocy. But mark my words, this is a dangerously race-obsessed neo-Marxist politician whose voting record is among the most radically far left in the Senate. Watch here as she explains why equality is not the goal. We need to manufacture equality of outcomes so everyone ends up in the same place. Sounds a bit like communism to me.
Equality suggests often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place, as opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place. And if you then understand not everybody started out in the same place, you understand some people need more. So we all end up in the same place.
We all end up in the same place, equity. When you hear that word, red flags should go up, because that's pure Marxist doctrine, the pursuit of so-called equity, of equal outcomes for all. That's led to millions dead. It's as idiotic as it is evil. And let's not forget Kamala's reckless race baiting in 2020 as cities across America were plunged into violent BLM riots that saw more than 20 people killed, hundreds more bashed, shops, residences, businesses burnt to the ground with around $2 billion in damage. This is what the future Vice President was doing. She was raising bail money for the thugs police were arresting during BLM's summer of riots. People she helped free went on to commit more heinous acts, including murder. Yes, the headline there is right. Minnesota man freed by Kamala Harris's supported bail fund, now charged with murder. He was found guilty. Now, in any sane world, that may disqualify a person from seeking the highest office in the land. It would at least earn them some widespread criticism, but Kamala's reckless race baiting is really never mentioned by the US media, not by the overwhelming majority of them anyway. To end with a President Kamala Harris would be like having one of the mad banshees of The View in the Oval Office. And wowee, haven't those lovely ladies had an almighty meltdown since the assassination attempt against Trump and the Republican National Convention. Here is the odious Joy Behar attacking Trump for feeling blessed to be alive.
I'm speaking to fellow Christians. I was raised Catholic. I'm a Christian girl. When something like this happens to you, like this assassination attempt, and you say something like God was watching me, that is a very unchristian thing to say because it's very narcissistic. What about Corey? What's his name? Corey.
Vile, and just as vile as the views are Whoopi Goldberg, who had a go at Donald Trump's granddaughter, Kai, for daring to humanise her grandfather. Listen to this deranged rant.
I have a lot of faith in the American people. And I don't know very many men who want to be talked to the way that this man has been talking to men in his audience. I don't know any women, and I know his grandchild was up on the thing, and they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump.
What sort of sad, twisted and tiny leftist echo chamber does that woman belong to? Has she seen the polls? Yet she doesn't know men or women who like how Trump speaks to them. She has a go at a child for speaking about her grandfather. And the bitter harpies of The View have a message for the Democrats. Install Kamala or else. This is Sunny Hostin.
Kamala, if she is leapfrogged and there's just some open convention, no Democratic nominee can win without the black vote. Black women will not support Kamala Harris being looked over. Why? Because she is ready, overlooked. But she is ready to be the president. She's been in the Oval Office with him. She's been in the Situation Room with him. How dare people suggest that she is incompetent?
But isn't this a little...
Just to be clear. How dare they? She's incompetent, Sunny. She's not only dangerously incompetent, she's a chronic underperformer in every key role she's been assigned. She's captured entirely by the radical left. She's wildly unpopular. And if she is the nominee, Donald Trump will win in a landslide. And the American people, indeed all of us, deserve another debate between Biden and Trump. If we are denied that, then at least we have Shane Gillis as Trump and Adam Ray as Biden to fill the void with their brilliant impersonations.